My name is Bianca Todd and I am one of the principal speakers of Left Unity. And what I wanted to do today is to speak to you about why I think that Left Unity should be involved in the People's March for the NHS. Now, the post-war Attlee government saw Bevan put in post as the Health Secretary so that he could address the crisis of the health of the nation. And on the 5th of July 1948, he ensured that every man, every woman and every child in the country would have access to a health service. A service that included hospitals and specialist services, medicines, drugs, appliances, care of the teeth, care of the eyes, maternity services, home help services. For the first time, you were able to choose your doctor. And this service was known as the NHS. And as far as I'm concerned, despite the propaganda trying to undermine confidence in the NHS, and the government deliberately pushing it to the edge of collapse so that it could be saved by the private sector, I think that the NHS is absolutely brilliant. Now, I am only 37 years old, and so I have no memory of a time when the National Health Service didn't exist. However, over recent years, we have seen the dismantling, the privatisation and the destruction of the NHS. And that started with the Health and Social Care Act, which followed by Section 75. Then Clause 119 of the Care Bill. This government have legislated to put the NHS on the open market, where every single element will be up for sale, where profit will once again be placed before the healthcare of people. Teeth and eye services already charge, and we know the consequences of that. People do not go and have their eyes tested or their teeth examined because they can't afford to go and see the optician and pay for glasses, and they can't afford to go to the dentist and pay for a checkup. And at a time when it's hard enough to earn money to put food on the table, the care of a person's health slides down the ladder of importance in terms of assigning money to it. Now, we also know the consequence of privatisation of the services within the NHS. Let us look at the cleaning contracts, for example. It seems like no coincidence to me, but when the contract was privatised, then we saw the creation of MRSA and other superbugs, which then required the development of drugs to manage it. The private sector has never put people first, and the focus has always been about money. Not only is the People's March a perfect opportunity to build support for the NHS and to join up the amazing NHS campaigners all across the country, following the basic route of the 1936 Jarrow Crusade, the People's March is a platform for the fight back. So why is it important for Left Unity to be involved in this march? Well, since April 2013, 70% of NHS contracts have gone to the private sector. 10% of A&E services are closed. A third of NHS walk-in centres are closed. Half of the 600 ambulance stations are earmarked for closure. GP surgeries are facing closure. Maternity services, children's services, illness prevention services, ambulance services, mental health services, dental health services, sexual health services are no longer required by law to be free of charge. The baton of social justice that was handed to us by our grandparents, our great-grandparents, has now been passed on. It is our duty to grasp that baton and continue to fight for the NHS for all. All people must have access to a free healthcare service which addresses all healthcare needs. So I would urge all Left Unity members, all Left Unity supporters to come and join the march, even if it's for a mile or two, or if you're feeling adventurous, the full 300 miles. Come to the rallies. Be a part of the fight back. We know the famous saying that the NHS will last as long as there are folk left to fight for it. Let us be those folk. Thank you for listening, and I really look forward to seeing you on part of the march.